There was always one person I thought would always give me trouble, and I don't even know if he'll be there this year, and that's Hadi.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with the bad news. Not just for Angel Calderon, but the entire 212 division overall. So Angel Calderon just announced that he suffered from a tricep tendon fracture. And he will have to go through a surgery and then a recovery phase. And because we are now 12 weeks out from this year's Mr. Olympia, there simply isn't enough time for him to go through the surgery and then fully recover and get ready for the prep again. So the Olympia this year is now out of question for him. So a very consistent top 3 guy at the Olympia in the 212. He will be missing from the big stage this time around. And this will be the very first time in many years that he won't be doing the Olympia. Now even before the tricep year, Angel wasn't having the most ideal year in terms of his placings. So he entered a total of 3 shows this year. And he had to settle for second place against 2 very young guys in this division. And he also went up against Sazan Hirati at the Emperor Classic Spain in the Men's Open. And that was actually a very impressive showing by Angel Calderon. And he did beat an open guy in multiple shots at that show. So his absence from this year's Olympia lineup in the 212, that does open up a superb opportunity for some of these other guys, some young guys, to crack into that first call out and potentially in those top 3 to top 4 spots. So we do wish him a very speedy recovery and hopefully he will be back on the stage next year. Next up, we have another crazy update from Brett Wilkin, who is gonna be making his Olympia debut this year. So this is by far the most impressive physique update that we have seen from Brett throughout this year. Maybe he's looking a little too lean for about 12.5 weeks out from this year's Mr. Olympia. And this hasn't been officially confirmed. But Brett at one point did mention during this prep that he would like to do one more show before the Olympia this year. Just like Samson Dauda did. Last year before the Olympia, he did France Pro, which was scheduled 2 weeks before the big dance. And that can be a great opportunity for Brett to not only fight for another title there, but also use that peak week as a test with his current coach Stefan, as this is the first time these guys are working together and prepping together. So that can give them some valuable feedback. And we know Brett's career has been filled with so many such scenarios where the 2 pro wins that he has got throughout his career, the Big Man Weekend, which was back in 2022, and the Legion Sports last year, they both were just 1 week before the Olympia. So that's an enormous amount of size right there on Brett that he has been able to pack on during this past off season. So the real challenge right now for Brett and his coach Stefan, that is gonna be holding on to all that muscle mass, all that size, while getting his trademark conditioning. Now we know how hard him and his training partner Martin Fitzwater train throughout the year, especially during the prep. So that energy is definitely gonna bring the best out of both of them at this upcoming Mr. Olympia. The Olympia prep for Good Vito is now in full swing, who is now back in the gym having some workout sessions with his trainer Fabrico. And the amount of weights that Good Vito was moving today, that shows that the man is back to 100%. And he's fully healed from that minor lat injury that he suffered from just a week out of the Pittsburgh Pro. And that is a great sign that we're gonna see Good Vito at his very best at this upcoming Mr. Olympia. And possibly very much improved from his Arnold Brazil look. So the Olympia debuts that the fans are really looking forward to, especially this year, they are from the 2 guys in the Men's Open. Good Vito is one of them, and the other one is Rubiel Mosquera, aka Naxilla. But we all know that Good Vito has this ability to get insanely shredded and come in absolutely ripped to the bone, especially in different areas like the hamstrings and the glutes, and also his quads from the front. They look pretty detailed and very separated, unlike Rubiel. Now both these guys have amazing quads, but I think we can all agree that Good Vito has some of the best quads in the pro bodybuilding right now. The separation and the detail in his quads, they are kind of similar to the likes of the legend Jay Cutler. So the side shots, they kinda go towards Rubiel all day long, unless Good Vito shows up with some drastic improvements in those areas, like the arms and the chest, especially in terms of more fullness and size. But that being said, this will be a super matchup. Something to remember, although we do have to remember that just 1 year back, when Good Vito competed at Detroit Pro, he pushed Martin Fitzwater like crazy in that show, and Martin then went on to place top 4 at his Olympia debut last year. So Good Vito this time is gonna bring a lot of size and freak factor, and a top 10 finish is very realistic for him. But let me know what you guys think. How high can he place at his Olympia debut?
So you feel pretty confident against Samson and Derek?
Here's the thing. I think Derek's beatable. I mean, I really don't worry about him that much. I think he's a great bodybuilder. I think obviously he's won an Arnold, he's won Olympia. I wholeheartedly believe, without arrogancy, that I can beat him, as I, in my opinion, did already.
So Nick Walker's statement regarding beating Derek Lunsford and Samson Dauda, that is circulating all over social media. And there is no arrogance when he claims that he has all what it takes to beat the reigning Arnold champion Derek Lunsford. Because in Nick's book, and in his mind, and honestly in the books of all the experts and the fans, Nick did beat Derek Lunsford at the Pittsburgh Pro. So he should 100% believe that he has the ability to beat Derek Lunsford at the Olympia this year, or give him a serious run for his money. And when Nick says that he believes he can be top 3 at the Olympia, you bet Derek is the one guy he's aiming to take out from those top 3 guys. But as far as Samson Dauda is concerned, Nick's stance is a bit different, and the statement alone, that just goes to show you how dominant of a champion Samson Dauda can be if he comes in shredded like never before. Even Nick himself admitted that if Samson Dauda comes in off, then he can beat him at this upcoming Mr. Olympia.
Samson, I have beaten. He has beaten me. We're kind of back and forth. We're kind of like a one-on-one right now, to be honest. He has improved dramatically. I have improved dramatically. But if he's not peeled, I will beat him.
But if Samson Dauda shows up at his all-time best, if he brings the condition, if he's on, it's most likely gonna be game over, not just for the mutant, but for the other 2 guys too, namely Derek and Hadi Chopin. And it is kind of scary to think that Samson Dauda still hasn't hit his stride just yet, and he has won the Olympia title as well as the Arnold title. So between Nick and Derek, who do you guys think is gonna come out on top at the Olympia this year? Now on paper it's Derek all day long, if we are being 100% honest here. The thing is, an off version of Derek, he was able to be the best version of the mutant at the Pittsburgh Pro. So what if he shows up the way he did at the Arnold Ohio this year, where he beat the reigning Olympia champion Samson Dauda?
And Hadi, I just think, has a combo of all of it. I think he's the struggle bus. And I think he's been off in past couple of years with his back, not as good. And I think my favorite package was the one he had at the Arnold against Samson, where he won.
Next up, we have a 2-week-old physique update from Niall, the guy who many people believe he's gonna become one of the biggest superstars in classic physique division, maybe as soon as this year. So this guy's waist, that is almost non-existent, and it's not just the waistline. The vacuum is also so damn good. Plus, on top of all that, he has that crazy sweep on his quads, which in turn makes an insane X-frame and that perfect V-taper, and that is what makes him so special. So Niall's last show, that was just after the Olympia last year, where he got the opportunity to get a comparison with Ramondino, and he looked pretty damn impressive next to him. But that was his run as a rookie. This year, he's gonna present an all-around bigger and better package, and that is gonna be at this year's Tampa Pro show. And he's gonna be among the favorites to win that show and secure his Olympia qualification. So he was just outside of the top 10 last year at the Olympia. And with the kind of improvements that we have seen from him during this past off-season, he's certainly moving up a few places. So if he can add more width in his back area, he will become a lot more dangerous, because his shoulder in that back double, they are kind of overpowering. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.